Boom! At the open, all-time high for the S&P 500.
It's your boy Jimmy. Jimmy.
Now, what's worth doing is worth doing for money.
Straight from y'all street to Wall Street.
Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil, doesn't make up happen.
Dudes wake up, hope their girl turned on so they can get a little bit. Only woman in the morning I wanna turn on this Becky quick. While the average man looking at this sad light. She fine as it. I'm over here looking at tails and whips like 5-6. I left the mayhem for the market. Now I don't want a dope spot, I want to stop it. I know that booty got dry, triggered my stop losses, but I ain't got time for your wop. My V-Wops crossing. Rich with hot V's and pushing hot strategy and plans to make grand. Still in my wife beater, Batman pajamas, house slides, and about 5 hot picks for the day. Cause I like the way the Dow bounces. 4 hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottle. Now I know dumb money don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my MACD? You see, we different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dog, I move with bears and bulls. I got a green thumb, grow with the marijuana. Waking up with the fun, open up some commas. Jump out of bed, big profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, big profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETFs, making profits. I jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. See, me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. Said today I'm taking a risk. They got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call a short squeeze. You get the drop, pull the trigger, and abort these. If she stay on my watch list, I might have to wife her. But I know better. I'm a true trading group lifer. Call up the Wolf of Weed Street. It's time to flip some profits. Go ahead, be hawking. Get your spot here. I'll double top that in the head and shoulders. Hit him up with this resistance. Watch him roll over. Cause I see John Wicks in contract. If I say I make $1 million a day, well, that's a large cap. You moving average, that's why you get crossed. Get split, get delisted, and knocked off. and I'm setting the whole block off. I'm buying GameStop and selling them roadblocks off. Jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up watching them gain, make profits. While I'm still in my same making profits. They used to watch me move them packs. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETF. Hey, my family. Hey, go, what we doing, my man? Make profits. Hey, Shug, Mike, what we doing, dog? Make profits. Yo, Wolf, Professor, what we doing? Make profits. That TTG money gang, making profits. We some snipers.
Hey, yo. What's up, everybody? What's going on, folks? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. It's another all-time high today for semiconductors, for Nvidia, for the overall markets. It's a wild and crazy rally thanks to Nvidia. Nvidia took the whole market, put it on its back, and said, follow me. I'm going to lead the way. And all of the rest of technology followed with it. And you got a massive 2% rally in the S&P, a 3% rally in the NASDAQ. Just a crazy day in these markets. We're going to talk about, where does this rally stop? How much higher can Nvidia, AMD, and SMCI actually go? I entered a new position today. I'm also going to tell you guys about that. And I think we're going to do something a little bit different today, and we're going to have some fun. We're going to call it Grade My Stock. Grade My Stock, a little new segment I'm going to do here on this live stream, where I'm going to let people ask me a question about a particular stock, and I'm going to give you guys a grade on it, on whether I like it, it's okay, or I don't like it. It's going to be an A, B, or C type of grade. We're going to have some fun later on in this live stream. So welcome, all of you. My name is Michael Edward Paranati. I go by Michael Edward. I'm the co-founder and head trader of True Trading Group. If you didn't know, we were a Benzinga FinTech Awards finalist for Best Data Analysis Tool in 2023, and we are now the fastest growing and highest rated premium online educational platform that combines university level trading and investing courses with premium stock market tools, live workshops, individual mentorship and coaching for stocks, options, crypto, futures, you name it. We trade it. We day trade. We swing trade. We also cover long-term investing. There's literally something for everybody here at True Trading Group. But we take that university level of curriculum and we combine it with today's top trading and investing tools. Tools that give you an edge and give you more information. Unfortunately, most retail traders do not use these tools because they're so damn expensive. You're talking $5,000, $6,000 a year if you were to pay for them on your own. That's a lot of money to ask for a retail trader to pay just for tools. I know that. It's why we spent years building relationships with these companies so we can put their products on our platform at no additional cost to you. It's included. It's Benzinga Pro's real-time newsfeed, congressional trading data. You're going to get a simulator, trading views charts, the trade idea scanner, unusual options activity, options flow, dark pool data, short data, and so much more that I'll talk about later on in this stream. Yes, when you join, you're going to obviously get all of our course material, right? You're also obviously going to get all of our trade alerts. But you also get all of these tools. We set you up with everything you need for one affordable price for the entire year. You also get access to our members, the most educated, supportive, and successful community of traders that you were ever going to find. Not to mention the real-time trade alerts from myself and the 9 professional trading mods that are part of True Trading Group that have been able to maintain a cumulative win rate on all of our executions of just around 80%, now going on roughly the last 4 years. If you're wondering why you should listen to whatever I say on this stream, it's not because I have a 100% win rate. It's not because I think I'm the world's greatest trader. I don't. It's because I did not figure this stuff out on my own. I didn't figure this out by watching YouTube videos or even sitting in Discord chats. I began my trading career working at T3 Alpha Fund in New York City, my first job out of college, where I had to go through an educational training program before they let me touch $1 of the fund's money. And then 2008 happened. And that was the Great Recession. That was the huge stock market crash. But it was also the same year that I received one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. Now, fast forward, I'm the co-founder and the head trader of True Trading Group. And along with my team of 9 professional trading mods and an over 30-person staff, we've helped thousands of members from all over the world reach their goals. We have over 10,000 members in 115 different countries. We are truly a global community here at True Trading Group. So if you are ready to learn, trade, and profit for real, you've come to the right place. 6 nights a week, Sunday through Friday, we go live on this channel where myself and other TTG Pro trading mods and special guests will drop golden nuggets, give you free lessons, education, trade ideas, commentary that can help you all become better traders. So if you've not yet done so, smash that like button and show some love. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notifications. Make sure you guys never miss out on any of these live streams. Now, as we sit here and we talk about what the hell happened in this market today, it makes me kind of circle back and think about just how incredible of a time that it actually is to be involved in the markets. And I know there's a lot of people that are out there that are feeling such an incredible amount of FOMO for not owning a stock like SMCI or a stock like Nvidia. And I get questions from people almost every day at this point on whether or not they should buy Nvidia, they should buy SMCI, or they should buy Broadcom or AMD and all the rest of these stocks that are up hundreds of percent over the last couple of years, some of them hundreds of percent, even in just the last couple of months. And my answer is the same. My answer over these last couple of weeks has been, listen, I own all these stocks in my long-term portfolio. So I understand it's easy for me to say that I would not be buying these stocks at these prices. But for someone that doesn't own any of them and wants to own them, not buying them and watching the stock go up almost every single damn day, seemingly almost every single week, really, is what you've seen from Nvidia over the last couple of months, is extremely frustrating. And I definitely feel your pain if you do not own these stocks. But I cannot, with a straight face, say that I would be buying these stocks at these prices. I know I keep saying it too. I've been saying it for the last 1 or 2 weeks, ever since really people started asking me these questions. And the stocks have all gone higher since then, right? You take a look at Nvidia. Nvidia is at $790 a share. You know, I was saying, you know, this thing was like 720, 730. And people asking me, hey, should I buy it now? And I was like, nah, I'm not buying it. Right. All I can do is I can tell you what I'm doing with my own money. Right now, I already own Nvidia. So believe me, when I see Nvidia up 17% in one day, yes, I'm as happy as you could possibly imagine, because it's now one of my bigger positions, one of my biggest positions in my long-term portfolio. It's right up there now with Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, Meta, Alphabet. Now, I've owned those stocks for a very long time, and I've added to them for over a decade. So those positions, and obviously I've seen massive price increases also. So those positions are very, very large for me. Nvidia is a stock that I really started buying back in like 2018. 2019 was the first time that I really started buying shares, but it wasn't a very big position. The first time I really bought a chunk of Nvidia and AMD, like a sizable chunk, was March of 2020 during the COVID crash. And I was very vocal about it. I was on the YouTube channel, this channel right here. You can go back and you can watch the videos. They're all right here for you. March and April of 2020. And I was very, very vocal on, guys, Nvidia, AMD, Nvidia, AMD, Nvidia, AMD. Now, did I know at the time when I was buying Nvidia in the 50s that the stock would be $800 here in 2022? No. Did I foresee there being this massive explosion in AI and data center, which is exactly why Nvidia stock has exploded over the last year? No. But I knew that the future of technology is going to be based and centered around the semiconductor space. And if you are bullish on technology as a whole, there are so many different avenues and there are so many different angles that where the growth of technology is it requires powerful semiconductor chips. Whether you're talking about virtual reality, gaming, electric vehicles, AI, whatever it is that you are thinking about when you're talking about the future of technology, it requires semiconductors. Basically, the technology industry does not operate without semiconductors. It is the ultimate example of the famous saying that people say that the people that got the richest during the gold rush were not the people that were digging for gold. It was the people that were selling the shovels. Those are the people that got the most rich during the gold rush. It's a very famous saying. Okay. This is the ultimate example of that saying, that the companies that provide the tools necessary are the ones that are going to profit the most. And that is exactly what you are seeing from Nvidia, from SMCI, from AMD, from all these other Broadcom, all these semiconductor companies, and all these semiconductor stocks that rely on other companies within a particular sector of technology to buy the semiconductor chips that they make, and then also the companies that supply the parts that these companies need to make those chips. That's SMCI. SMCI basically makes all the stuff that NVIDIA needs to make their chips. NVIDIA makes up 68% of the sales that SMCI is realizing and expecting for the next quarter. Think about that. One company, one customer makes up 68% of SMCI's sales for the next quarter. That's insane. And it's arguably not healthy. Because what happens if if Nvidia next month says, you know what, we're going to actually buy our parts from XYZ? What does that do then for SMCI? They just lose 68% of their revenue? That's insane. But right now, the market doesn't really care. You got really important economic data that's coming out tomorrow. Tomorrow, you've got Germany's GDP. Why is Germany's GDP important? It might not feel like it's important because right now, all it feels like is important is just what are technology stocks doing? This is an extremely narrow-based rally where it's just a handful of stocks are responsible for this entire move in this market. It's not a broad-based rally. And GDP coming out from Germany tomorrow is important because, and this has gone completely under the radar, many of you that are watching this live stream may not even know that this happened. Do you guys know that Japan fell into a recession? Did you know that the United Kingdom also fell into a recession? Now, the UK has been in a recession. They actually fell into a recession at the end of 2023. But did you know that Japan just entered a recession? I bet you many people on here, now obviously if you're a member of True Trading Group, you know this because we've talked about it. But if you're not a member and you just like to frequent these live streams, I bet you didn't even know that Japan entered a recession. You know the craziest part about that is Japan's stock market is right near all-time highs. How does that make sense? The answer is it doesn't. The reason why the Japan stock market's at all-time highs is because, well, you had a tremendous shift in regulation in Japan, where businesses are able to now provide a much larger dividend. And there were regulations that were changed regarding share buyback programs. Those changes in regulation, way more friendly now to equity markets, has seen a flooded rush of international investor money go into the Japanese stock market. And to coincide with that, you have a massive devaluing of Japan's currency by their central governments and their central banks, right? So there you have a massive devaluation of their currency, and you have all this new regulation, and you've seen a flood of investor money come into the Japanese stock market, which is pushing it to its all-time highs. Japanese stock market's been stuck in the mud for decades. Right? Ever since the 90s, everything, the Japan stock market has just basically gone sideways. Now you're getting this breakout to new all-time highs with this change in regulation and this devaluing of their currency, all while they're entering a recession. The book is being rewritten. That's why I'm telling you that this is one of the most incredible times to be involved in the markets, is because you're seeing so many first-time ever events. A lot of people like to talk about, it's different this time. It's different this time. Well, this time, a lot of the 98% of the time when people say, oh, it's different this time, it's really not. It's the exact same thing. This time, it actually is different. It actually is different because COVID changed everything, changed the way that the entire global economic system works. You've seen it, and you're seeing it now again with what's going on in Japan. But then the question becomes, what the hell happens if Germany goes into a recession? Because we all know China is an absolute disaster. This is one of the weakest Chinese economies that we've seen in a lot of our, investing careers. when you take a look at what's going on in China. They have a population problem. Their population's not growing like it used to. Their GDP is not growing like it used to. Their real estate industry is a complete disaster and a complete mess. The government is doing everything they can to stimulate their economy, to stimulate their equity markets, as the Chinese stock markets have crashed horribly over the last year. The exact opposite happened in Japan. But Japan's officially in a recession. Germany just overtook Japan to be the third largest economy in the world. Used to be Japan. They went to a recession. Now it's Germany. And we're going to get German GDP. Basically, the entire Eurozone will do what Germany does. If Germany's economy is booming, the Eurozone does great. If Germany's economy sucks, then the entire Eurozone sucks. You're going to get German GDP. And the reason why it's a little bit more important is because Japan was not expected to fall into a recession. It was a surprise. Well, what happens if we get a surprise from Germany? I guess the question that you ask is, as we rally to all-time highs on the back of semiconductor and technology stocks, how long would you be able to ignore that the whole rest of the world would be in a recession besides us? And does that matter? Is the U.S. economy that much stronger than everybody else that it wouldn't even matter if Great Britain's in a recession, if Japan's in a recession, if China's a disaster, and if Germany's in a recession, and the Eurozone falls into recession? Would the U.S. be able to still avoid a recession if the other top 5 largest economies in the world were in recession? Now, I don't have that answer, but it's interesting to see the markets completely ignore these things that are happening. The market's gone way higher than I thought it was going to go at this stage in 2024. It's gone way higher. It went way higher today than I would have thought even yesterday. Yesterday, when we were on this live stream, we were waiting for NVIDIA earnings to come out, and NVIDIA earnings came out, and we're like, hey, listen, if you asked me yesterday, hey, Mike, do you think that NVIDIA's earnings would pull the SPY to 508? I would say no. No, I don't think that one company's earnings is going to be able to pull this market up to 508. And if you asked me that question yesterday, that would have been my answer. And then today, I would have been wrong, because we did go to 508, went to 508 and a half. I don't think it's healthy. I don't think it's healthy to see the entire market get pulled and moved and pushed around by just a handful of stocks. Because eventually, NVIDIA stock is going to become too expensive. Eventually, at some point, you're going to get a pullback. I don't know when that pullback is coming. I'm not trying to call a top. I'm not trying to sit here and say short it. I'm not trying to tell you this is the exact day that the stock's going to pull back. I don't know when that's going to happen. But I've seen this many times before. Eventually, there's going to be a pullback. And if it has that much of an impact on the overall markets, then what happens when NVIDIA actually starts a pullback? What happens when people finally say, hey, you know what? Enough's enough. I have to take profit, right? What happens when people that have been longs this entire time, that were buying at 300, 400, 500, 600, what happens when you say, okay, you know what? It's at 800, it's at 850, it's at 900. We got to take profit now. We got to start to sell. What does that do to the market? And is the market at 520 by the time that happens? I don't know. I don't think so, but I also didn't think we'd be at 508. I'm just happy as hell that I've owned these stocks in my long-term portfolio. And to be quite honest with you guys, I'm sitting here today and you're like, wow, huge day in the market, huge day in the semiconductor space, huge day in technology. And I didn't trade AMD. I didn't trade Nvidia. I didn't trade SMCI. Because for me, and I'm being very open and honest with you guys, I have no problem sitting here and telling you exactly how I feel and what I'm doing with my own money. I can't get long these stocks up at these prices and not feel like I'm chasing them. I already own these stocks in the long-term portfolio. That's an entirely different conversation, right? I didn't even look at my long-term portfolio today because I would be just shell-shocked and just drooling from my mouth at looking at the balance and the gain on the positions when Nvidia is up 17%, right? I'm not even going to look at my long-term. Meta, new all-time high. I'm not even going to look at my long-term portfolio because I don't want to And I didn't want to, get all googly-eyed. But that's an entirely different conversation. I'm talking about from a trading standpoint, from a day trading or a swing trading standpoint. I can't bring myself to get long these stocks at these prices. I just can't do it. I feel like I'm chasing them. And you sure as hell can't short them. You can't short NVIDIA. You can't short SMCI. You can't short AMD. These stocks are just going crazy. You had a chance to short SMCI a couple of days ago, and that was the blow off top from the short squeeze. But now NVIDIA's earnings just brings that buying pressure right back into SMCI. I still think SMCI is going to be a phenomenal short. I still think that stock goes back to $500 or $600 easy, but it can go to 1,200 first. Hell, it can go to 1,500 first. Do you have the stomach to hold that short position all the way up into those prices just for it to roll back down to 500-600 maybe in a month or two? I don't know. I don't. That's not a trade that I want to put on. That's not a position I want to put myself in. That's for damn sure. And I share this information with you because this is the stuff that everybody's talking about. And I feel like my view is maybe contrarian to a lot of people. And some people are just closing their eyes. They're closing their eyes, they're holding their nose, and they're just diving in headfirst into these stocks up at these levels. And it is the exact reason why retail investors fail. It's the exact reason why they fail. Because Nvidia was at $120 last year. Then it was at 200. Then it was at 300. Then it was at 400. Then 5. Then 6. Then 7. Now 8. And now finally, you're getting people that are stepping in and buying the stock. Are you kidding me? Even if the stock goes to 900, you're chasing the move. And it's what hurts retail investors in the long run. It's what hurts them over time. Because what ends up happening is they chase NVIDIA, they buy NVIDIA at 800, then the stock pulls back to 600, they panic, they freak out, they sell the position, and then the stock goes to 1,200. And they don't own it. Instead of them buying the stock when it goes back to 650, instead they buy it at 8, they sell it at 650 because they panic and they freak out and they think they're going, oh no, the stock is tanking now. When really, that's where you should be buying the damn thing. Instead, you do the exact opposite of how you make money in this game. You buy low and you sell high. I know it sounds simple, but it really is that simple. It's the emotions that get in the way. It's the emotions that make trading hard. It's the greed of missing out on money. It's the fear of losing money. That is the reason why trading and investing is hard. That's why I can't sit here with a straight face and suggest to anybody, I think 790, great buy on NVIDIA. Because I don't think it is. If I thought it was a great buy, I'd be buying it myself. I already own the stock. Yes, way lower prices. It's already a big position. But if I thought it was a great buy, I'd be buying it. I added to these stocks as early as 2023. My big purchases were 2022. But I added some in 2023. Do I wish I had more? Of course. Everybody wishes they had more. Doesn't matter how big your position is. You can have $1 million position in NVIDIA. It doesn't matter. You still wish you had more. I don't think that way. If you do it that way, you're going to screw things up. It's how people got caught buying the top of the dot-com bubble, and they panicked and sold at the bottom. When people panicked and they had FOMO and they bought the very top of the stock market in the meme market rally of 2021, and the market sold off in 2022, and they panicked and they sold. Now here we are again, back up to the all-time highs. Now people are, I'm going to miss out. And they come into the market and the market pulls back and they panic and they sell out. It's not the way you make money in the markets. I wish I married my childhood sweetheart. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Yeah. That's a Forex trader that's speaking that. That's a Forex trader that's speaking that too. Angel Ferrer says, I feel like we're in a tech bubble. I don't know if we're in a tech bubble. Here's what I will say with confidence, that when people say it's different this time, this is very different from the dot-com bubble. I don't like when people make that comparison, because there's a very big difference between the dot-com bubble and what's going on right now in AI and technology. The big difference was during the dot-com bubble, 95% of the companies that were moving higher that entered the internet industry were not profitable companies. And that's why 90+% of the companies that were on the NASDAQ at that time that were in the internet space went out of business and failed and were delisted and went bankrupt and became insolvent. And that was the end of that. This is very, 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 very different from that dot-com bubble. It's different in the sense that the stocks that are moving higher are the biggest companies in the world. They're the most profitable companies in the world. Microsoft, Alphabet, Amazon, Meta, Nvidia, Broadcom, AMD. I mean, AMD is not one of the biggest companies in the world, but you're talking about companies that are already extremely profitable. Meta, Microsoft, they don't need financing or debt in order to fund their operations and to fund their investments. You don't. You don't. That's the biggest difference. The dot-com bubble was, pets.com, right? Anything, you just put out a press release that said, oh, we're in the internet, and your stock went up 400%. Every single IPO, the old joke at the fund. Now, I wasn't around for the dot-com bubble. I was too young. But a lot of the guys, the hedge fund that I was working at, they used to joke around. They said during the dot-com bubble, they would just come to work in the morning. What's the new internet IPO for the day? Okay, XYZ. That's the new internet IPO for the day. Great. IPO opens, they buy a couple $1 million worth, and they would leave their desk and they would leave. They would just leave. They would go to the gym. They would go get a massage. They'd go get something to eat. They'd go play basketball, or they would just leave. They would come back at 3:00 in the afternoon, see how much money they were up, and then they would exit their positions, or they would carry those positions for a couple of days or a couple of weeks, and then that was it. And they said it was the easiest money that they've ever made in their entire lives. It was just buy whatever was internet related. But most of those companies were not profitable, and some of them were even pre-revenue, but they just had the word internet. You're not seeing that now. You're not seeing all these stocks ripping to all-time highs because they have the word AI or artificial intelligence in a press release or in an earnings report or on a website somewhere. That's not why these stocks are moving higher. Nvidia is moving higher because its revenue increased over 700% year over year. Right? Like this is why, okay, their margins have increased, have exponentially gone up. This is why these stocks are moving higher, not just because of the word AI. If stocks would go up just because of the word AI, then literally ticker symbol AI would be at all-time highs. But instead, AI is a piece of garbage. And the reason why this stock is a piece of garbage is because the stock can't hold a flame to a Meta, a Microsoft, an AMD, an Nvidia, a Broadcom, an Alphabet. It can't. And that's why the stock is where it is. That's why this stock got as high as $170, and now it's at 26. But all of your other AI-related names are at all-time highs. So Tosix asks a really great question. Will the US dollar, I don't know if you mean US dollar rates, be a part of the crash, or if you're just talking about like the Fed rates? You're talking about the Fed rates. Will the Fed rates be part of the crash? I'm actually not sitting here saying that there's going to be a crash. I think there's going to be a pullback, but I don't think there's going to be a crash. I think the economy is holding up extremely well, but I don't think the Fed is going to cut rates in a time frame that the market likes. And here's the balancing act that you have to watch over the next couple of months. And it really is going to be the next couple of months. By the time you get to the middle of the summer, you're going to really have a lot more clarity on this situation. If inflation does not come back down, it's accelerated over the last month. If it continues to accelerate, okay, if it continues to accelerate like it did this previous month, if it accelerates again next month, the Fed is going to be caught with, we have to hold because inflation is reaccelerating. We've got to make sure that we really crack the back of inflation, right? So they're going to have to hold. It's easy for them to hold when the jobs market is as strong as it actually is. You got jobless claims today, stronger than expected, right? You got the U.S. employment report from last month, stronger than expected. All of your jobs data has been stronger than expected over the last couple of months. But everybody knows that the labor market is the last thing to break. It's the last thing to crack before an economic slowdown. Everybody knows that. So while the Fed holds, what the race of time becomes, how long does it take for inflation to crack to the point where the Fed is comfortable cutting rates? And does that happen before or after you start to see cracks in the labor market? Because if it happens before, that's your soft landing / no landing scenario. But if it happens after, that's when you get a growth scare. That's when all of a sudden you'll start to see inflation numbers not cooperating, but the labor market is strong. So nobody cares that the Fed's not going to cut rates. But then all of a sudden you get, well, inflation's not cooperating, Fed's going to hold. But, oh, wait a second. All of a sudden you get a jobless claims report where it's expected there's going to be 217,000 jobless claims, and the number comes in at 288,000. And the next week it's expected to come in at 240,000, and it comes in at 300,000. Now, all of a sudden, the U.S. labor report comes out, and it's expected the unemployment rate is going to be 3.8, but it comes in at 4.0. And within a 2-week time frame, watch how fast investor sentiment shifts to, oh shit, the Fed kept rates too high for too long. And then all of a sudden you get the growth scare or a recession scare. And that's when profit taking kicks in. That's when stocks start to move to the downside. And that moment, this is what I've told members, that moment, I believe, is going to be your last really good buying opportunity before this market undergoes the next wave of technological advancement and the development of AI that is going to add $8 trillion to the global economy over the next X amount of time. But what's going to happen is that growth scare is going to show, and the market's going to pull back, and the people that bought at the highs are going to get scared because everybody on social media is going to say, here comes the recession. Here comes the depression. Here it is. I told you so. The world's going to end. And all the people that have been screaming, the world is going to end. We're all screwed. We're all effed. Oh, you don't know. Just wait for it. Well, the market has gone higher and higher and higher and higher and higher and higher and higher, and they've missed out on a phenomenal wealth building opportunity. Those people are then going to start to say, I told you so, and that's going to scare everybody to then say, I'm not going to buy. I can't buy. There's going to be a recession. There's going to be a depression. I can't buy. The market's going to go lower. I'll buy lower. And then what happens? The Fed cuts rates. The economy then starts to recover. The jobs market does not get to a 5, 6, 7% unemployment rate like you would see in previous recessions. And then all of a sudden you go, oh, it was a soft landing. And that pullback was your last chance to buy before the market goes back to its typical 9, 10, 11% gain per year. And you get AI advancements and everything else starts to improve efficiency and profitability and brings in new revenue drivers for technology stocks, which become even bigger weightings in the overall market. And those stocks move higher. Therefore, the indexes move higher. This is why investing is hard, because everybody wants to buy now, but when the growth scare comes, nobody's going to want to buy. And that is exactly how you should be playing this market. It's exactly how you should play any market. When everybody's buying, be weary. When everybody's panicking and selling, that's when you want to buy. It's Warren Buffett's quote, be greedy when others are fearful, be fearful when others are greedy. And right now, I see a whole hell of a lot of greed. That's why I'm not buying on these. That's why I'm not buying right now. See, teaching members know this, though. Teaching members know this. TC members, their portfolios look pretty damn good right now. They were buying in 2022. They weren't panicking and selling and falling for the nonsense when people on social media were like, oh, there's going to be a Lehman Brothers moment. I love listening to people like, oh, it's going to be a Lehman Brothers moment. And I will say, how long have you been in the markets? They go, 3 years. I go, you mean so you weren't even in the markets when the Lehman Brothers moment happened? They're like, no, but I know all about the Lehman Brothers moment. I go, do you? Explain to me what happened with Lehman Brothers. They don't know. They don't know. They don't know why Lehman Brothers went under. They don't know why the financial crisis happened in 2008, and they thought that 2022 was the exact same thing as 2008, and they're not the same. They're very, 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 very different. Members of True Trading Group, it's not just about day trading. It's not just about swing trading. It's also about having a better understanding of overall markets so that you can focus on your long-term portfolio and you can invest for a future. And you can build real wealth. Trading is all about generating income. Investing is about building wealth. You trade so you can earn some extra money a month. You could go on that special vacation that you never could afford prior. You can set some extra money aside in your retirement. You can take your family out to dinner every Friday night if you want and not have to worry about, we can't afford it. We got 2 kids, 3 kids. I can't afford to take them out to a nice dinner on a Friday night. Instead, we'll just go and we'll grab Chick-fil-A or we'll grab McDonald's instead of going to a nice Italian restaurant maybe. You trade so you don't have to worry about, I don't care how much gas is. I don't care how much eggs or milk are at the grocery store. A lot of people talk about trading to buy a Lamborghini or to buy a mansion, and that's not what trading is about. That's not what True Trading Group is about. I'll tell you that right now. Don't join True Trading Group because you guys want to buy a Lamborghini or you want to, sail on private yachts and all these other things. Join True Trading Group because you guys want to supplement your income, and then join True Trading Group so that you can make better decisions in your long-term portfolio so you can actually build wealth. Because your long-term portfolio is where you can actually get time back. You get time back from your life. You can retire a year early, 2 years early, 3, 4, 5 years early. If you started buying when we were banging the table here in True Trading Group in 2020 and then again in 2022, you know how much you accelerated your retirement if you bought during those times? And the flip side of that, do you know if you sold in 2022 and you panicked in 2020 and you sold, do you realize how much further out you pushed your retirement? Join True Trading Group so you can get back time. Join True Trading Group so you can make the right decisions instead of the wrong ones over and over and over again. Because your life genuinely and truly and seriously and literally depends on it. You want to work until you're 75? Or do you want to retire when you can still walk up a flight of stairs on your own? You might sound like I'm exaggerating, but I'm not. Because making the wrong decisions during a stock market crash or during a stock market rally will have that impact on your life. And I don't want you to join True Trading Group because, this guy, he worked at a hedge fund. He's going to teach me, the secret. There's no secret. Join True Trading Group because you actually want to make a positive difference in your life. That's what we've done for our members. Our members are flat out, plain and simple, making money and they're becoming better traders. It's not because I just say that to be so. It's because members actually tell me that. And I'll prove that to you. Members, do me a favor. Type the number 1 in chat right now. If you are making money with True Trading Group, if we have had a positive impact on your life, on your financial situation, if you've had a positive impact on your life, on your financial situation, if you are making money because of True Trading Group, type the number 1 inside of chat right now. And for the people that are on this live stream that are not members of True Trading Group, just pay attention to how many people type the number 1. Because all of these people that you see type the number 1 are your friends, they are your family members, they are your coworkers, and they are taking advantage of the greatest market environment that I've ever seen in my entire life. But it's not over. I'm going to own these stocks for the next decade plus. It's all about making the right decisions and understanding what opportunity actually looks like. Instead of freaking out over price action. This is why this many people are making money and telling you that True Trading Group has had a positive impact on their life and on their financial situation. Not just because I say it so, it's because they say it so. Mike, 100% right. I'm disabled and my husband works, but his body is breaking down and needs to quit for his health. And if I hadn't joined TTG, we would be homeless, not getting rich, but I'm paying bills consistently. That's incredible. That's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. That's an absolutely fantastic comment. All time. I'm really happy to hear that. OX block, just get off the live stream. I don't have time. I don't have time for people like you. I don't care about people like you. OX block from Twitch, just get off the live stream. Just go somewhere else. If you don't want to listen to what I have to say, I really don't care. Just go. How many people on this live stream right now are not members of True Trading Group? Because I'm having a real serious heart-to-heart conversation with you all. Type the letters TTG if you're not a member of True Trading Group. I just want to see how many people are on here that are not part of the community. If you guys are not members, just go ahead and type the letters TTG. Just type TTG if you're not a member of True Trading Group. Armand, you're killing me, Armand. Armand, every day Armand is on this live stream. Armand, Armand, you're the student, right? We talked yesterday. You're the student, I believe, right? Yeah. I know you're the student. We got Armand. We got Toe6FX. Toe6, is this your first time on a stream? I don't think I've ever seen your. I see you're commenting and you're commenting, and I've seen you participate a lot on the stream, but I don't think I've ever seen you on here before. I don't recognize your username, but I'm glad to have you here. Sean, we got Smoke Divine. Oh, nice. Yeah, it is your first time. We got Dell, Catacosa. All right, good. So we got a couple of people here that are not members of True Trading. Listen. Here's what I'm going to say to you guys. We have a couple of laptops left over from last night. We only have 4 of them. So here's what I'm going to do. If you guys are on here and you're not a member of True Trading Group, we do have 4 laptops left. So the next 4 people that join, you guys can get a free laptop. However, because we only have 4, if you would rather not have a laptop and instead get a cheaper price for our membership, we will allow you to do so. If you say, hey, listen, there's only 4 laptops left. I don't need one. I don't want one. It's free when you join. But if you don't want it, and instead you'd rather have a cheaper price, send a text message to 1-888-306-8783. That phone number is 1-888-306-8783. It is right down there at the bottom of the screen. If you do not want a laptop and you'd rather just, hey, I'd rather have a cheaper price, text that number. We'll work something out with you now. For the rest of you, pull up ttgoffer.com. That's ttgoffer.com. Every single thing that you see on that page is included when you join our membership. There is no upsell, hidden fee, additional cost for any item that is on that page. Now, if you guys want, you can use this coupon code TTG121. Click up. You have to enter it manually on that page. Click apply code. The price drops down. It's a 54% off deal. So the price goes from around $2,000 and then drops to $997 for the whole year. That includes a laptop. Okay. So it's $997 for the whole year. It's all of our courses. It's all of our tools. If you do not want the laptop, instead you'd rather pay less than the $997, send a text message to 1-888-306-8783, and we'll give you guys a cheaper price if you don't want the laptop. The laptop is great. Okay. It's a Windows 11 laptop. It comes with Microsoft 365 for the year. You can use it for work. You can use it to trade with. You can give it to your kid for school. You can sell it on eBay and put the money back in your account. I don't care what you do with it. It's our gift to you when you join. But there are only 4 left. There are 4. We had them yesterday. We did not sell out of them yet. We have 4 of them left from yesterday. They are first come, first serve. As long as you see a laptop in the checkout cart, that's how you know you're getting one. You don't have to enter your address. You'll get a welcome email after you join. There will be instructions in the welcome email how to claim that laptop, so be on the lookout for it. Again, that's ttgoffer.com. Okay. The coupon code is TTG121. Click apply code. The price drops to $997. Everything on that page is included. If you don't want the laptop, text us. Okay. Ken, get off the live stream. Guys, just kick Ken off the live stream. Ken, get off the live stream and don't come back. All right. I don't have time. I don't have time for people like that. I don't care anymore. I honestly don't care anymore. I really, truly don't. I honestly really just don't care anymore. So again, 1-888-306-8783. Okay. 8783. All right. Now, the membership includes all of our courses, beginner courses, advanced courses, options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto, you name it, we've got it. It's a simplified version of the training that I received working at the fund in New York. You're also going to get Benzinga Pro's real-time news feed, congressional trading data. That alone is $1,000. If you guys went directly to Benzinga, that alone is $1,000 a year. So you get it included when you join True Trading Group. Okay. You're also going to get TradingView's premium charting software, the Trade Ideas scanner, unusual options activity, options flow, dark pool data, AI trading tools, a trading journal, a social sentiment scanner, analyst ratings. All of this is included when you guys join. You don't have to pay $1 extra for any of it. That stuff on that page is included in the $997. That includes the laptop. If you don't want the laptop, text us for a cheaper price. 1-888-306-8783. And I know I talk a big game on this live stream, but I back it up. I prove to you how much that we believe in this platform and its ability to help you reach your goals. When you join True Trading Group, we offer you a double your money back guarantee. It's right there on the checkout page in black and white. Yes, it's real. Go read it. When you join True Trading Group, if you are unable to make enough winning trades to equal what you pay for your membership, we'll give you back double your membership. All I ask is you do the following: go through our courses, pass our quizzes, attend one study group, use the platform that you're subscribing to. And if you do that, you have the whole year to do it. You don't have to do this all in like 30 days. Take your time, go at your own pace. You have the whole year. Do those things. And if you can't make back your membership fee, we'll give you guys back double your money. Yes, J-Rod says TradingView membership is included for the year. It's not TradingView. It's not a membership to TradingView. We have TradingView's charting software on our platform. You can operate the TradingView charting software on your TTG dashboard. Okay. It is included when you join True Trading Group, as well as the Trade Ideas scanner. It's on our platform for you guys to use. A trading journal on our platform for you guys to use, social sentiment scanner, unusual options activity, options flow, dark pool data, short data. All of it is included in that $997. Or if you want the cheaper price without the laptop, it's included for you as well. So let's say, for example, you joined right now and you paid $997. If you cannot make the $997 back at least one time during your membership, we'll give you back double, $1,994. We'll give that back to you. Simple as that. All you got to do is go to ttgoffer.com. If you want the laptop, TTG121, click apply code, price drops down to $997. Check out. If you do not want the laptop, instead you'd rather have a cheaper price, just text us 1-888-306-8783. You can also text us with any questions that you have. You have any questions about us or the membership or anything, just send us a text message. We'll answer any questions that you guys have. All right. So there you guys have that. All right. So let's go on. Let's head on over to J-Rod says, what's the reduced price without the laptop? J-Rod, just do me a favor because I want to get to some of the stock stuff. If you can, J-Rod, just send a text message. And anybody else that wants to know, just send a text message to 1-888-306-8783. And Luciano or Joe, they will help you guys out. Just send a text message and they'll help you guys right away. Okay. All right. So let's go through and let's talk about kind of what happened today. Let me tell you guys about a position that I entered today. And we noticed that there was just such tremendous weakness on Intel. Intel is one of the only semiconductor stocks that was actually red today. Now, it's hard to believe that any semiconductor stock would be red on a day that Nvidia goes up 17%, a day that AMD goes up 10%, a day that SMCI goes up 29%, a day that Broadcom goes up 6%. It's hard to imagine that any semiconductor stock would actually be red on a day that this is going on, right? Well, Intel actually was red. And Intel is forming a chart pattern that I want to bring to everyone's attention. I'm going to delete everything on this chart. Let's say we're starting fresh, right? We're starting fresh. Where does my analysis come into play? Well, I'm going to show you exactly what I see. First, I see a huge level at 45. Okay, that's first and foremost. You can see here, previously it was resistance. Then you broke above it, and then it started to become support. Then you gapped back underneath it. And once you got back underneath it, it's become resistance yet again. So there's a huge level there at 45. That's the first thing that I see. But let's go back and let's start that over one more time. What else do I see? Well, I see a little bit of a head and shoulders, don't you? Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and there's your neckline, right? So what I'm looking for is for Intel to do this over the next couple of days and get back to $40 support. See that $40 level that used to be resistance? See that level right there? And see it right here, right? So I'm looking for us to break that neckline and get down towards 40. So today I actually sat there and said, hey, listen, we've got a lot of weakness here on Intel. I'm going to step in and I'm going to try this thing for the short. And I'm thinking that, listen, if Intel's not going to go up when Nvidia is up 17%, when SMCI is up 30%, and when AMD is up 10%, if Intel's not going to go up during that, what happens when AMD is down 3%, Nvidia is down 3%, SMCI is down 15%? What happens when those stocks have a red day? I'm going to assume that Intel is going to also be red. So I shorted Intel today. I am short. I'm still short. We took a little bit of profit off before the close just to reduce some risk because it's a swing trade, just to guard against any type of a gap up. Guys, we got to welcome Dennis. Dennis just joined. He did not take the laptop. So we still have 4 laptops available, but we do have to welcome Dennis. Dennis just joined. Guys, I'm telling you, this is what I'm saying. If you don't want the laptop, I don't mind. There's only 4 left. If you don't want it and you'd rather pay a cheaper price than the $997, no problem. Because if we're not giving you the laptop, I don't mind giving you guys the cheaper price. So if you want, text 1-888-306-8783. And think about it this way. If you already pay for TradingView, if you already pay for trade ideas, if you already pay for unusual options activity, if you already pay for dark pool data, if you already pay for a trading journal, if you already pay for Benzinga's news feed, you don't need to anymore. It is included when you join our community. This is the reason why we were a finalist for the Benzinga's FinTech Awards for Best Data Analysis Tool. All of it's included when you join. Whether you take the laptop or not, all of that is included. There's a reason why our refund rate at True Trading Group, this is the amount of people that we issue a refund to, is less than 2.5%. Less than 2.5%. 78% of our members renew their membership. They stay with us. 78%. Guys, how many of you, do me a favor, type the number 2. Type the number 2, guys, if you are a lifetime member or you've been a member of True Trading Group for longer than 1 year. Type the number 2. Now, the people that are on here that are not members, you really got to ask yourself, why would these people renew their membership if they weren't doing well? The answer is they wouldn't, right? They wouldn't renew. They certainly wouldn't become a lifetime member if they didn't feel that they were getting value out of what they were spending and the time and energy and effort they were putting towards True Trading Group. 78% of our people stay with us. We're 5-star rated on Trustpilot, over 2,500 reviews now on Trustpilot. So again, if you guys want the cheaper price without the laptop, just send a text 1-888-306-8783. If you do want the laptop, ttgoffer.com, coupon code TTG121. Click apply code. Price drops down to $997. You see the laptop, you're getting one. There's only 4 left. If you see it in your checkout cart, that's how you know you're getting it. If you don't, then that means we've sold out. All right, that means that we've sold out. All right, so let's get back. Oh, we have to welcome Timothy. We have to welcome Timothy, guys. Timothy, again, no laptop. So you guys are loving the cheaper price, huh? You guys are loving the cheaper price. So Timothy just joined. Again, no laptop. So Timothy just joined. Timothy taking the bigger discount. Yeah, some people already have a laptop. They don't feel like they need another one. A lot of people just give them to their kid or they sell it on eBay and put the money back in their account. Whatever you guys want to do. But instead, if you rather cheaper price, again, you could just text us 1-888-306-8783. All right, that's 1-888-306. And we have to welcome Aaron. Aaron, welcome. Again, no laptop. Aaron, again, no laptop. Aaron taking the deal. Again, Aaron, welcome to the TTG family, guys. So again, that phone number is 1-888-306. And we have to welcome Rachel. Rachel, welcome to the family. Rachel, welcome to the family. Again, no laptop. So we got Rachel, Aaron, Timothy, Dennis, no laptops. Taking the deal. Welcome, Rachel. All right, guys. Excellent. So, yeah, so back to Intel. So like I said, I'm shorted. We took a little piece off before the close. I want to, because if and when we finally do get a pullback on the semiconductors, I want to be short Intel. Intel is the weaker of the bunch. And, if I can sit here until we do finally get a pullback, I'm hoping that we get a break of the 100-day moving average, which is this purple line you see, and see if we can get that down closer towards that $40 mark. All right. As it relates, now we go back to the overall markets. I got to tell you guys, I'm very impressed with the way that this gap up held today. This gap up held very, very, very well. I actually was thinking that maybe this gap up today would kind of fade into the close, but it really didn't. We held up really, really, really well into the close. You can see we kind of just chopped around there into the close. But I actually thought that we kind of had the risk of like a little bit of a profit take pullback into the close. So many times when you get these huge green days in the market, where the market just kind of goes up all day long, so many times in like the last 30 minutes of the day, you just get the sharp profit take pullback, and you didn't even get that today. So it's a very clean break. Nvidia seems like it just wants 800. Obviously today's a huge, massive breakout day for the name. And I just have no reason to believe that the up move in this stock is finished yet. I feel like the stock is extended, but we keep going higher. I'm not looking to short it. If I do feel that Nvidia is going to go down, I'd rather short something weaker like Intel, because I can get away, like you saw today, right? You can get away with shorting a weak stock when things are going higher. You can see the stock didn't move higher, right? You dropped and then went sideways. You didn't move higher. But if you tried to short Nvidia today, you got your ass kicked, right? So even on a day when, you tried to short SMCI today, you got your ass kicked. You tried to short AMD today, you got your ass kicked. So I don't want to try to short a strong stock. If and when I think AMD and Nvidia are going to pull back, I'd rather focus on shorting the weak one, which is Intel. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for there. We do have some earnings that came out here today, guys. We do have some earnings that came out today. And it's Carvana. And Carvana trying to break through a major level of resistance. And we haven't quite gotten through it. Here it is. We're trying. Here we go. Right. So here you guys can see this big level of resistance here on Carvana. We'll see where we open up tomorrow, but there's a nice short position on this stock. If Carvana can clear out like $62, watch out. This thing could get interesting and could start to give you a bit of a short squeeze if it gets through like 60, like 62 and a half. If you clear that out, Carvana could start to run, and Carvana can start to squeeze. I'm going to have this on my watch list tomorrow. We're going to see if we actually clear this resistance level out. We're trying right now after they just reported earnings. Stock's up 25%. 25% on the day. So it's a big, huge day here for Carvana. Let's see if tomorrow some of that short position gets covered out. And if that short position starts to cover out, you can see Carvana at 70 before you can blink your eyes. So one of my top focuses on my watch list, one of the top stocks on my watch list for tomorrow, obviously I'm already in Intel. Another top focus for me will be Carvana for tomorrow. All right. Will be Carvana for tomorrow. Now, what I want to do is I told you guys I'm going to try something new here. We'll do it just for a couple of minutes. I'll do it for just a handful of stocks. I'll do a grade my stock. Okay. Grade my stock. New little segment I'm going to do here where I'm going to let you guys comment in chat, throw out a ticker symbol. I'll pull it up on the screen. I'll give you a grade on it. A, B, C. A means I love it. B means I like it. C means I don't like it. So I'll let you guys go ahead and just throw some ticker symbols out. BKNG, booking.com. Let's go through that one and see what I think about booking.com. Booking.com, I'm going to go with a B on that one. Look, they just had earnings, and it's not a good earnings report for booking.com. You are trading to the downside, down off 5% here on the day. But I think there's a nice support level that actually I think could be bought, and that support level is down around 3,200, 3,230. This stock, they need to do a split. But there's this previous resistance, right? And I just think that if you get down to that point, I think that's a decent buy, and this could be good for a decent bounce. So we're going to give that one not an A because I think there's maybe a little bit of short-term downside, but I'm going to give it a B because I think that's a pretty decent buyable area. Someone says ARM. ARM is okay. So let me give you guys my thoughts on ARM. ARM is tough. The reason why ARM is tough is because of the float. SoftBank owns like 90% of this company. The float is kind of locked up. So you saw a huge short squeeze on ARM when they reported their earnings. The stock went from $70 and change, went all the way to $165. Okay. That was a short squeeze. There simply is not enough tradable shares in the float for shorts to cover their position. The stock is being aggressively shorted because, in my opinion, it is overvalued. And I do believe that this stock is going to go back down towards like $90. But you have to be so careful of that short squeeze because this thing could pump with that short squeeze. You do have a share unlock that's coming up in like 3 weeks. You have a share unlock that's coming up in like 3 weeks. So if you can survive the share unlock, I think this stock has downside. SQ. I am not crazy about SQ. I'm going to give this like a C plus to a B minus. I know they just had earnings. The stock is up like 18, 19%. I just feel like the company has not been able to deliver on a lot of their promises and deliver on a lot of their stuff. I think you have room to the upside here, but then I think you run into a brick wall once you get to like the high 80s, maybe $90, and you'll see this resistance level that you guys can see. There's that big resistance level. There it is, a previous support level. I don't know if we're going to be able to break through that. The company, I think, has some work to do. I'm not crazy about it. I would be a seller up into the 90s on block. And again, guys, this is just all my opinion. This is all my opinion. MicroStrategy. I'm going with an A on MicroStrategy. The reason why I'm going with an A on MicroStrategy is because I'm actually kind of bullish on Bitcoin. I think that with the Bitcoin halving that's coming up, and I think that with this, the spot Bitcoin ETFs that are, raising capital at a pretty fast pace, that capital then goes into Bitcoin. You already have 80% of Bitcoin that's in wallets, has not moved for 6 months. And so I feel like there's not a lot of tradable Bitcoin in the float. You have 80% that's holding on to it, that's not really trading it. And then you've got all this new money that's coming into these spot Bitcoin ETFs, and that money then goes into and buys Bitcoin. So I actually think Bitcoin is going to test its all-time highs. And if Bitcoin goes higher, MicroStrategy goes higher. MicroStrategy owns so much Bitcoin on their balance sheet that as Bitcoin goes higher, the company becomes more valuable, and therefore their stock moves higher. So I actually think that, I'm watching Mara, I'm watching MicroStrategy, I'm watching Coinbase over the next several weeks, because I kind of feel like Bitcoin may not be finished with the rally that I know we recently just had a nice little rally from like 38K up to 52K. We're sitting here above 50, just consolidating. I feel like we're just consolidating, kind of flagging, and you're getting ready for another break to those all-time highs. And I want to be there. I think that you can see MicroStrategy get back to like 850, 900, somewhere in that range. We have to welcome William. William, welcome to the TTG family. Again, no laptop. William, welcome. No laptop, guys. Welcome, William, to the TTG family. Guys, again, text us 1-888-306-8783. That's 1-888-306-8783. Text us if you guys do not want that laptop and say you'd rather a cheap price. Stan says charge point. Stan, this is a C. Okay. Maybe even a D, possibly an F. I do not like ChargePoint. ChargePoint, I think, is in trouble. I think Blink Energy is in trouble. Ever since Tesla came out and Tesla was like, hey, yep, no problem. We are going to allow other companies, other brands to use our charging stations. That is a death sentence for ChargePoint and Blink Energy. In my opinion, Tesla is going to be the company that wins the EV infrastructure race. And I don't see ChargePoint and Blink Energy. I don't see them being able to continue to fund operations and growth. They're going to be very heavily reliant on debt. That means dilution within their equity, higher interest rate environment, higher debt service obligations and liabilities, eats into cash flow, restricts their ability to invest and grow, and eventually doomed. I'm not a big fan of ChargePoint and Blink Energy. I used to like ChargePoint until Tesla said, we'll let anybody use our chargers. That bad for ChargePoint. I'm going to give that one a C or a D. I know I said A, B, C, so I guess C is the lowest grade that I can give it. I'm giving it a C. Mitma says Mara. I feel the same way about Mara as I do MicroStrategy. I'm going to give this one like a B+. This is more of a short squeeze type of play. $32, heavy resistance level for Mara. If Bitcoin moves up to the 60s, you should see a short squeeze, or you could see a short squeeze, I should say, on Mara. And if Mara breaks 32, you got like 36% or something like that of the float is short. I got to check what the most recent numbers are, but there's a big short position on Mara. And if Bitcoin goes higher, that's good for Mara. They're a Bitcoin miner. That, higher price of Bitcoin is good for them. And then we'll see if you can break out of 32 and get a short squeeze. Let's see. DraftKings, DKNG. I'm going with like a B+, A- on DraftKings. I like DraftKings. And I think that this stock could, over the next couple of years. And guys, also keep in mind that I'm talking about like kind of longer term. I'm not giving you grades for like a day trade tomorrow. I'm giving you kind of like a longer term viewpoint on my thoughts. I like DraftKings. I started getting bullish on DraftKings, like, I don't know, towards the middle and end of 2023. And the stock is not disappointed. It's had a nice rally. I just think that there's a lot more room for that market to grow. And I think that if they could be successful in implementing AI into their platform, I do think that there could be some more upside there on DraftKings. What else we got? Pinterest. I have not looked at that one in a while. Pinterest. I'm disappointed with Pinterest. I'm going to go like C+, B-. The reason I'm disappointed with it, I feel like there's such an opportunity for them to monetize their platform better. And I just don't feel like they've done a good job of monetizing their audience and monetizing their platform. And I feel like they're kind of getting left behind a little bit. I don't put them in the same category as Snap, but they're certainly not in the same category as Meta or TikTok. I just feel like they haven't done a good job of monetizing their platform. There's a great support level at $30. If you want to try it around $30, I think there's a great support level there. But I think there's better things to own. Walmart. Walmart for me is a B+ to an A-. I like Walmart. I own Walmart. It was one of our ads back in 2022. It's done very well for us. They announced a stock split, so we're going to get a lot more shares, which I like. It's a great name. It's a defensive name, but there's also a growth element there, and I like their management. Their management team is very much like thinking outside the box. And I like that. I like how they're thinking outside the box. So you get a little bit of an element of, they've done really good job of bringing technology into just a consumer staple. And usually consumer staples and like a discount store is boring, but they've done a good job of bringing technology into that. And that technology element gives you a little bit of growth with that consumer staple type of defense and protection. And that's why I think the stock has done so well. I mean, you look at Target. Target's the exact opposite. Now, Target and Walmart, very, 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 very similar, but Target, very different looking chart than Walmart or Costco. I like both Walmart and Costco, by the way. Costco, new all-time high literally today. So I still like Walmart. I'm going to give it an A-. Datadog. I'm giving Datadog. Datadog for me is an A. I own Datadog. I like Datadog. I bought Datadog in 2022 at around like $85 to $90. Stock's currently at $130. I like this name. I think you get a great support level around like 115-ish if you get a pullback into that area. But I think that you can see Datadog back above 150 in the next couple of years. Shopify. Not crazy about Shopify. We're going to give Shopify a B. Support level on Shopify is 70. I think there's a bounce attempt off of 70. But again, I just think there's better places to put money. Uber, love Uber. A. Uber's an A. Uber for me is an A. I actually am upset that I don't own more Uber. I kind of missed, like, Uber just kind of took off on me. And I'm not happy about it. The way I feel about Uber is probably the way a lot of people feel about Nvidia, because Uber just took off, man. This thing was $40 and you sneeze and it's at 80. It's 100% gain in like 2 months, 3 months. but I do really like Uber. And if there's, whenever you should just set price alerts on Uber. If this stock gets underneath $70, I just think you start buying it against that previous all-time high. I think, anything in the 60s, I think is a fantastic buy for the long term. And Uber, I think, does well for the foreseeable future. The company just became profitable just a few quarters ago. And there's a lot more runway and there's a lot more growth there. And they're the clear-cut leader in their space. All right, folks, that kind of wraps things up there for me. Did you guys enjoy that? Did you guys enjoy that little, maybe we can do this more often and I can allocate more time on the stream for it. But did you guys enjoy that? Was that something that maybe you guys want to do a little bit more often? We can do something like that. I think that was a lot of fun, and maybe I'll implement that a little bit more into the streams. And again, it's just my opinion. It's my thoughts on the stock. It's not me telling you what to do. I'm not telling you to buy it or sell it. This is my opinion and how I feel about the name. So hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Crazy day in the markets, new all-time highs. Obviously, we'll see what the markets bring tomorrow. We got Germany GDP tomorrow. It's going to be a big number. The market's going to be waiting for. Again, if you guys listen, if you're not interested in a membership at all, you can sign off the stream. I'm done with the analysis stuff. So just make sure you subscribe to the channel before you go. If you are interested in the membership, let me actually show you guys what the platform looks like. All right, I'll show you guys what the platform actually looks like. Again, the price is $997 for the whole year. That includes a free laptop. If you do not want the laptop and you'd rather pay less than $997, send us a text message. We'll talk to you guys. We'll work out a better price for you if you don't want the laptop. 1-888-306-8783. Text that number now. This is our chat room. Our chat rooms where the mods and I share our screen. We're live on the mic. We're calling out trades, answering questions, with you the whole day. Okay. You're going to use also the mobile app. You can't be in front of your computer. Don't worry about it. 82% of our members have full-time jobs. They use the mobile app. They get notified when one of our professional traders enters or exits a position in real time, and they can follow along on their phone. You get 2 study group sessions to follow on. You get 2 study group sessions with our traders to speed up your learning curve. You're going to get Benzinga Pro's real-time newsfeed, congressional trading data, the Trading Views premium charting software, the Trade Ideas scanner is included. You're going to get a simulator, lets you practice trading with fake money. You're going to get a proprietary scanner, let you create custom scans. There's dark pool data, unusual options activity, options flow, short data. It's all included. You guys do not have to pay for this stuff anymore if you pay for it already. You got a trading journal that tracks our trading for you. A social sentiment scanner tells you what's being talked about most on social media. Analyst ratings on any company that you are interested in. Downloadable PDF reports. You're going to get the watch list from the mods and I. Every day we tell you exactly what stocks we're focused on with entry and exit prices. And then you've got the courses. The courses are a simplified version of what I learned and the training I received working at the fund. There's beginner courses, advanced courses, options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto, you name it. We've got it. You get it all. There's no additional fee or upsell for any of those courses. They are included. Now, listen, I can't guarantee you'll be successful just by joining True Trading Group. But if you do join and you go through our courses, you pass our quizzes, you attend the study group, do it at your own pace. You have a whole year to do so. And if you're unable to make enough winning trades to equal that $997 at least one time during your membership, we'll give you back $1,994. We'll give you back double your money. All you've got to do is go to ttgoffer.com, enter the coupon code TTG121, click apply code. The price drops to $997. That's 54% off. You see a laptop in the checkout cart, you're getting one. It's free. We cover shipping. Be on the lookout for the welcome email. There's instructions in there how to claim your laptop. If you do not want the laptop, you'd rather have a cheaper price, text us. We'll give you a bigger discount if you don't want the laptop. We only have 4 of them left. I don't want to give them away to people that don't want them. So text us 1-888-306-8783. Thanks for joining us, folks. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Subscribe to the channel if you have not yet done so. I'll see you all in chat tomorrow.